You know, it has been a few chaotic days.
Fix that a bit.
Welcome back to the final Kimball's Corner in England.
Final countdown.
Yes, next weekend, hopefully we'll be able to go live, but no guarantee. We will be in Bangkok. So, let's just keep it simple. Sorry if there's an echo because there's not much in here.
And I'm trying to connect to the live stream so I can make sure there's actually audio.
And Rocky's doing his darndest. Oh, there's me fixing my hair. Okay. So we have to keep it simple because I have no water cups. Most of my stuff's packed. We're just gonna do some colored pencils.
Let's just give an overview of
We're
the
gonna
space.
chat.
Jenna says, hiya, boys.
Hi.
Let me just turn that volume down so I'm not hearing myself. And this is the current situation. So we have Essentials Corner. What we're taking to Bangkok with us.
My coffee.
Underwear and socks. Car paperwork I have to turn in. And empty house, basically.
Yeah, we can do a house tour later. That'll be fun.
Trisha says, I have sound and pictures. Hi, everyone.
Yay.
Tien says hi. PB says hi. Everyone says
Oh
hi.
my god, hi everybody.
And Darren.
Oh, well, hello.
Everyone's here. Did I miss out? Denise.
We'll
Eric says, the boys are back. In town.
Yes, so I just have my little flimsy sketchbook. I believe this is from IKEA. Yes, it is. It's got a few drawings in it.
Wait, let's see what you got.
Well,
1 second.
it has sketches for things that I was doing. I used that for something.
Gotcha. Richard says, hi, gents.
Hiya.
These were so long ago.
Not all of them.
Oh, she's so
I
cute.
think that was
I'm
Zendaya.
There's so many pot lights in here, by the way. It's like no matter where you go, there's going to be a shadow. So
That's
just
why I was like,
forgive
you
us.
should sit right here and just film there, but whatever. You're like, can't now. You're gonna have such a bad back.
It's fine.
Anyway, this was like a page layout for like what I did that day. I think. I don't know. No idea. Oh, I did a painting of her. That was fun. That was somebody's character. Maybe it was mine. I don't know. Sort of the girl with the pearl earrings. People.
People who need people.
He was on like a tin or a poster or something.
It looks like a Lion Decker piece, or Lane Decker, Lion Decker.
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's Leon Decker.
Okay, I'm over your shoulder now, Kimball.
Well, all right. You're not a boulder holder though. I'm sure she's from something.
Jenna says, oh, geez, you're all down the bare rooms.
Yeah, it's horrible. I think I was trying new colored pencils with this. I think we were in Prague.
Sorry, let's just see if I can get this to stand up so we actually have better sound. Maybe that'll work.
Maybe it'll work.
This is the current vibe. It's just. Do you like that, Kimball?
I do. It's always chaotic.
Okay.
And then that's a little drawing of me moving. That was probably us either moving here or going on vacation. I don't know. But
Okay.
January 4th, 2022, I quoted Mingyu saying, "I'm so tired."
Brilliant.
All right, new page.
Let's tell us what's happening, Kimball, and watch out for that cord that's
Lord,
trailing along.
what isn't happening? Well, first off, we got to meet Maria and Rob.
So Maria, if you're
Good
here,
times.
Maria lives near the town we're in, and we met her at a local store here and surprised her. She was so sweet.
It was good times. All the employees were like rushing around trying to find her. It was hilarious.
Eric
Yeah.
knows what's up. He says, now you can see all the spiders with extra good on the white walls.
I've seen so many already. Let's see. We want. What do we want?
Eric says, all the fun in bed today. This bed, by the way, is so nice, but it does make so much sound. So anytime we're sleeping and one of us turns over, it's like...
That's fine. We're fine with it.
Leslie says, hi, boys. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
We're doing all right. Today was mostly a rest day for me. Rocky still did quite a bit of work, so he had to clean up the car. Much better than yesterday. Yesterday was not great.
How so?
Just physically tired and draining and, you know, the huge...
I've got a big story to tell.
Oh, I know what it's going to be.
So I went to a boot sale yesterday to sell the last of our items. And by the way, I was vlogging this entire thing. So if you're hearing the description of what I'm about to tell you, don't worry. There's going to be an episode about it. And I'm actually doing a Patreon episode that's uploading to YouTube right now. Anyway, I went to a boot sale and some people bought some cabinets from us really early on. And basically, I waited for them to come back. They never came back, so I pulled off to the side as people were leaving just to like see if they would come by, and I fell asleep because I was so tired. And the people who run the entire establishment didn't wake me up, left, and locked me on campus. Mind you, I have to turn this car in without exception to the leasing agent on Tuesday, and the college is closed until Tuesday.
Because of spring bank holiday.
Without getting into too many details,
Too late.
I drove across the pedestrian side of the campus lawn and through a gate on the side of the property that I had to break through to get out. So exciting vlogs to come. Anyway. Kimball, how's that going?
Well, I'm practically done. Everyone missed everything. I'm gonna get comments.
Trisha says, I found a stag beetle in the bathroom. It was huge! I'm
Ew.
hoping the cat brought it in.
They're in their walls.
Jenna's all, they locked you in? What the heck? Rude.
Yeah, that was awful. Like, why wouldn't anybody wake him up on the way out?
I don't know. I was just right off to the side as people were coming. Everyone had to pass right by me to get out.
Like, it's so dumb. Like,
I was not happy in the moment because I was exhausted. Also, when I fall asleep and don't sleep for like an hour or two, I'm very groggy when I get up. So I was already grumpy. And then I was like, they locked me at college? I've already done college. Let me out.
Yeah, you're fine. You pulled through. Yeah, I wasn't having it. I was like, really? You were exhausted before you went to the boot sale.
I mean, it made for an entertaining vlog, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
That's like the bright side to when we have bad days is it's funny for everyone else, I'm sure.
Those memories we can look back at and laugh. That's how I'm feeling about it right now. I'm like, are you sure it's funny? Let's see. Let's give her some big ol' hoop earrings. Cause I always forget to just...
Add some accessories, Kimball.
Yeah, I always forget.
In other news, we went down to London again on Friday. Okay, time out. Let me collect my thoughts and I'll come back to you. Okay, on Friday, all of our belongings got packed and moved by a local company and
it went
sent
fine.
Away. It was fine. Then we got on a train at 5:11 and went into London, hung out with Rachel for that evening and the next day, came back, rested, and then went to the boot sale the next day. And then we've just been cleaning the apartment basically, or the flat ever since, and my car and all that stuff. So we're just a little tired. But yeah, that's why we didn't go live yesterday. We were just not having it.
Well, yeah, after being locked in college.
All that.
Yeah.
Also, I needed to go wash my car, so we had to drive over to Tame so I could wash my car, and we really wanted to just get a coffee and chill, so. Click Chic Design says, oh my god, how hard would it be to wake you up to let you know they were closing up?
I mean, hopefully he would have just popped his eyes open and get up. But yeah, just walk by, honk, knock on the window. What if they did? What if they were all clonking and you just didn't wake up?
Well, I mean, hopefully they would have, the people who had to lock the gate would have been like, oh, well, let's go knock on his window.
Yeah.
Click Chic Design says, hi guys, I hope you get some rest. I'm in bed with my hubby asleep next to me, so I can't stay long, but wanted to at least pop in and wish you well on your trip.
Oh, thank you. It's gonna be a fun one. Pretty sure anyway.
Sorry if I miss comments, by the way. I'm trying to check them on my phone as I film because I don't have the computer nearby. But if I miss anything, just holler at me.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to draw her hair. Do.
I think I got them all.
I want something. I kind of want it flying up that way, but I kind of want it I don't know what's down to give her.
Maybe it goes up and she has a couple tendrils coming down.
Well, that just doesn't make any sense.
It all makes sense, Kimball.
What if I went like that?
Give her bangs.
Side, and then
bangs, Kimball.
Bangs. I don't think
Kimball. I think we need to see you with some bangs, right here, just hard cut
don't
across.
Don't be dumb. Little blunt bangs. I don't think so.
Okay.
Go this way with it.
Alan in Florida says, why do your banks need so many holidays? Busy counting all Rocky's money on other days?
Oh my god. Yeah.
That wouldn't take them too long.
I don't know, what is it? It was what is it, just spring bank holiday? I think that's what it's called.
Isn't it Memorial Day right now?
In the US, maybe.
I think so, yeah. Eric says, keep it up, boys. Next week, you are totally zen in Bangkok.
Here's hoping. And then it's we're going to have all new chaos once we find our place and get all that sorted. But...
I'm excited. Once we're there, I'm excited for whatever stress comes our way, though, because it means at least we've made it and then we can just, rely on each other to get everything accomplished.
Uh-huh.
Jenna says, yeah, it's Memorial Day.
Ah. All right, just making up some fun little hair flow lines. A couple of looser ones.
I'm trying to hold the phone as steady as possible, but it gets rid of the stabilization when you're going live for whatever reason, so apologies if it looks like we're on the Titanic right now.
All right, let's get down to business to color this hun. Let's bring in some purple.
Should I just stand in the splits position as long as possible to do this, just so I can get a bit closer?
You could just sit on the bed.
Let's see if I can do
You
this.
could literally sit on the bed.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah. All right, putting in some shadows.
Ooh, it's 95 degrees in Florida right now. Crazy.
I think it's hotter there than Bangkok. I think this whole week in Bangkok it's in the upper 80s. But it'll probably feel like, 110.
NJ Postbox says, hey, only open in passing, is on holiday in Canary Islands.
Woo!
Hope everything goes well with the move and look forward to your adventures as you settle into your new life. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Go enjoy your time.
Have fun.
Mike sent a bunch of emojis.
I love a good emoji.
Wave, sparkle, heart rocket, sparkle, hand, heart, mouse.
So basically all the good ones.
Oh, Lord. Can't do the splits. My socks kept slipping, and I was like, oh, we don't want to have an accident on live stream, do we?
Oh my god. Or do we?
My cat wants in on the chat. She's rubbing her head against my phone. It's because of Kimball's soothing voice.
My soothing voice lures in all the kitties. That's something. Okay, let's throw in some pinks. Just where the pinks go, obviously. Which is wherever you want them to.
Exactly.
Ooh, maybe I'll make her
I feel like this is how I do my makeup.
give her some 80s vibes happening.
If you did makeup, how would you do your makeup, Kimmy?
As natural as possible.
Sorry, go on.
Maybe a little shadowy around the eyes. But it would be in brown, so I don't think black would work. Plus my eyes are blue, so a brown would make them stand out a little more, I think.
Jenna says yes, it's the Kimball Ross show with happy little portraits.
Oh.
Maurice says, oh my god, I missed 12 minutes?
Well, it's not much. It's not much. You're fine.
Look at everything you missed, Maurice.
Some scribbles. Rocky telling a story about being locked at a boot sale in college, or at the college. That's about it. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh my goodness.
Maurice says mental breakdown. Cheryl says, surprised to see you today. Hubby is at the cemetery. I'm home being a bum.
Oh. Yeah, we were just too exhausted to go yesterday, and today was we had a lot of rest. I'm keeping it super simple though. Definitely not going to be doing a finished portrait by any means. It's more of just a chat and a catch up, and then, everyone's going to have to just leave.
Maurice, if you missed the catch up, here's the 5-second version. I went to a boot sale. I fell asleep in my car. They locked me out, and I got stuck on the campus and had to break through a fence and drive through the lawn of the place. There we go.
That was really long and exhausting. What is this color? Dark purple. Do you want to be the hard outline? I think maybe. Yeah, why not?
Maurice says I'm going to have to watch it later. Well, don't worry. There's actually going to be a whole vlog about it coming out next week. We're doing a whole video about our pack and moving day, plus a few other days around it. Basically from our packing day to when we leave, we're going to have a vlog. Jenna says, ooh, purple, love it.
Yeah, we're going to see how it goes.
Marie says, I cannot miss anything from the handsome hands. Look at his handsome hands. Let's see him, Kimball. Okay.
It's doing all right. We're holding in there. We're hanging in there, I guess.
Eric's had his cancer treatments and still has many to go. I hope it is going okay, Eric. We are thinking about you.
Yeah, that cannot be fun in any way. But
I cannot wait to be, I honestly, I cannot wait to be eating like a regular diet again. We've been eating just whatever's around. And like today for dinner, I just pulled bread out of the cupboard because we have nothing. So I was just like rubbing butter on it and eating it. I was like, what am I, 16?
Yeah, earlier today or not, maybe it was yesterday, I was breaking up a bagel and scraping it through the tub of cream cheese.
Oh my God, Kimball,
And then
I did the same thing
And
tonight.
then I was dipping it into like a thing of mixed nuts and dried fruits, and then a little drizzle of honey. I'm still fancy.
I looked at all those things and thought about doing that, and then I thought, no, I'll have Kimball make that for me later.
Yeah, it was tasty. I say dinner, you might say dessert.
We went to this place for lunch today because they have really affordable brunches, and I ordered like an egg with turkey rashers, and it's like on avocado and 2 poached eggs. It was only $6.99. And then I was like, well, since it's so cheap and I'm probably not going to have dinner, I'll just order a second thing. So I'll get something sweet. So I got the French toast. And the picture on the menu was just like 2 pieces of toast with some berries. Looked really healthy, you know, super healthy.
Well, not really healthy.
But it looked like healthier than what came out because it came out with...
It looked like a freaking birthday cake when it came out.
Drenched in Nutella and white chocolate. But it did have a lot of strawberries.
And raspberries.
And it was like brioche bread. It was so good. But, I mean, I don't know how many calories that was.
You're like, why are my eyes so puffy? Why am I gaining weight? It'll all go away.
So that paired with, full caffeinated coffee, I'm sure I'm just going to be buzzed.
Yeah.
I will say, though, it is so lovely not having to do my corporate job at the same time as all of this, because I've just been having so much more time to be creative with doing Patreon videos and, filming for YouTube and stuff. And if it's any indication of how things are going to go after we move, it just feels so much more manageable and more pleasurable to be able to do those things. So I'm just very grateful.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, everyone's wishing Eric well wishes. Alan says, my wife just walked into the room and asked, who you're watching? I replied, Rocky. She continued, where's Bullwinkle?
Rude.
Maria says, she's giving Marvel vibes, Kimball.
Yeah, I can see that. Ooh, I can make it Jean Grey. She is my favorite. Let's put that one back.
What is it about Jean Grey that makes her your favorite, do you think? Look up and tell us, Kimball.
Well, I've told the story numerous times.
I know, but let's hear it again.
Basically, it used to be Storm, because hello, goddess. But, I read, before she became the Phoenix, before I knew about the Phoenix, because she was the Phoenix, like, in, the 60s
Let me
or
just
something?
move into position for this. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, she got in a fight with this bad guy named Sabretooth.
Right.
And she's like, with one thought, I could just completely destroy his whole body. And then you kind of, like, the more I learned about her, the more you realize, like, she's constantly having to control herself because, like, it was like her, what is it called? Her discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And
you respect that because you have so much of it. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that the idea? Okay, got
Absolutely.
it.
No, it was just knowing, because, we all have, like, stupid thoughts of, like, I don't know, the person that speeds past you on the freeway, you just want their tires to pop off, whatever.
Do we? Do we all have that?
We do.
Okay, it's not just you.
And I was like, oh my god, if I had her powers, I would cause so many problems. And not intentionally, so she has to be very aware of what she's doing.
Yeah.
But also, she's, like, died and come back to life so many times.
Well, I think she read the book of Emotional Intelligence 2.0.
Yeah, well.
Kimball, wait
this
one
guy.
second. Time out. Ready?
What?
I have to show you something. Let me just sit
Is there a
next to you
spider
for
in
a second.
here?
No, look. Jenna says, sending good vibes on the
Aw.
move and getting settled in Bangkok. I will be thinking of you and waiting to hear how it goes. And she gave you $10. Let's see
Thank
those
you.
cheers. Let's go, Kimball.
No.
Come on,
Rocky,
Kimball.
We're not
Say
drawing this
thank
out.
you, Jenna.
I did say thank you, Jenna.
Thank you very much, Jenna. We love and appreciate you
You're
so much.
pulling my hair.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, sweetie. Oh.
No, we legit really do appreciate that more than you actually know. Thank you very much. Back to Kimball.
All the appreciation and love.
I feel like this is such a guerrilla style way to do a live, just having a random cameraman just aiming and doing whatever he wants to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. We're just gonna slowly build up some color on her.
Maurice says, I'll cry.
My Maurice. No, I'm gonna try to never cry again on camera.
Maurice says, always have an onion there for the tears.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, Kimball doesn't need it.
And also onions just irritate my eyes for days. It's awful.
Kimball and I have been so emotional lately. Anytime anyone does anything, even when people sign up for Patreon, I'm just like, don't well up.
Like, oh
don't
my God.
well up. I think it just became really real. Like once I quit my job and I knew that the paycheck wasn't coming next month, and it all became like very raw. I was like, now I always appreciated it, but now that I'm like, it's literally our livelihood, so it's like crazy to me. Anyway, we talked about more about that in a Patreon video, so I'm not gonna bore people, but we appreciate you, and we truly love all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting Kimball and me.
Next month, we'll be coming to you live from the streets of Bangkok, where we've become homeless.
Oh my god, maybe we'll be doing it from like our local food cart.
Or not.
Fine.
We could definitely probably do it from some of the...
Joshy Boy says, hello, fellas.
Hello. From the like the workplaces.
7-Eleven?
No.
Oh, like the workplace in the condo.
Either that or like, you know, the big like True Digital or somewhere like that.
Some places actually have YouTube studios. So some of these like high-end places you can get, they actually have a separate room you can go into and like live stream for YouTube specifically, or Twitch. I'm like, what is happening? Anyway.
I'm not paying the monthly fees for that. I like it natural and from the comfort of my own home.
Maurice says, I can imagine this is a high energy time.
Very much so.
So if you guys didn't know, Eric is currently looking for some support. So if you guys have any extra time and means to support, basically on our Buy Me a Coffee channel on Rocky and Kimball, you guys can donate to that, and any donations that come in, and just leave a comment saying this is for Eric. I will be sending that to Eric because he isn't able to set up like a fund me page or anything like that for his treatments, because right now all of his money is going to his treatments and he's struggling a bit with food and stuff like that. So if anyone is looking to help him with that, you can find the Buy Me a Coffee page. I can't leave a link because I'm filming, but I'm sure it's out there. It's just under Rocky and Kimball. It'll have our little logo on it. And then I'll just make sure anything that comes in goes to Eric. And yeah, and also just thank you to anyone who has donated already. I've sent that off to Eric as well so that he can have food on the table. Because none of us deserve to have no food on the table while we're having medical treatments. And we have to lift each other up. Kimball, when you're doing this, by the way, is this like a case of opposite colors like yellows and purples that you decide on these, or what?
No, I just like the purple. Well, I wasn't planning on doing purple lines, but it just, you know, I saw the color and went with it. But it's not really yellow, it's peachy.
I kind of wish I was a woman. I mean, I could still wear this, but I kind of wish I was a woman so I could wear like one of these sweaters that's like the low thing with like the big cross
chunky.
here. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like my shoulders exposed, so I'm fine without it. All right, slowly building up some depth. Let's try this version of a purple. Just slowly building things out. Going kind of careful in here. Since the the pencils have built up quite a bit, I don't want to scratch off the wax.
Jenna says, I love shading a drawing. It's my favorite part of doing a face. Loving the purple so much.
Thanks.
Wait, what purple is that?
This one is lavender, which is no longer made. So
oh, well, there you go. Sorry, guys. You can't achieve this, but enjoy it while you can.
You can. I think they've already found the replacement color. I just don't know what it's called.
This always reminds me of like the apocalypse. Like once the world falls apart, it's like it's the last pencil you'll get to use, and then there will never be one again.
Well,
it just makes things more exciting. The stakes are high to have a good piece, Kimball.
I mean, it's more about having fun for me. But
that was like when the Sharpie white paint pen, like extra fine water-based marker ran out.
I know, like that was like right when I first started getting into traditional art.
But our friend Jenna with the G, she had purchased a bunch, and so she kept sending us like she had like a little reserve in her ground bunker that she kept sending us.
Yeah, that was nice. All right, going back to let's try like.
Eric says, "Why is this drawing let me thinking of Dynasty in the '80s?"
I don't know. I was gonna do 80s, but I think I went mild 80s with her. Let's try a little more.
Carrie says, "Sending lots of love to you, Eric."
Let's bring in the pink. It's like once you get all the base shadows down, you just go over the top with whatever color you want it to be. And leave room for highlights. Add a little more pink into her nose. It got a little too purpley. She's coming along nicely, I think so. Let's grab a warm gray, not too dark. What do we have? 50% French gray.
By the way, how is it living in chaos like this with just your stuff over on the ground? Does it remind you of anything?
I mean, we've moved so many times, it's fine. It feels like it always does. Make sure there's no
Eric says, "Big hair is '80s Kimball."
It is. But I can never tell. I'm like, is she in the wind? Is she underwater? Let's see. Jean. Does Jean have green? I think she has green eyes.
Marie says, "Do you know Patrick Nagel or Nagel Kimball? This style reminds me of that."
Patrick. It sounds very familiar.
I have to move because I'm like twisting my back in the weirdest way right now, and I don't want it to go out before we move.
I know, right? You shouldn't have told me to scooch to the center.
That's fine.
All right. You're fine, iPad. Everything's just fine.
Oh my god, every time you move, it's like I have to rebalance. Oh, that's not working.
Am I even moving? Or is it you?
The best thing is once Kimball gets off the bed, I feel like I sink down into it like a little plush thing, and then he gets on it, it like pushes my back up. I'm like, ugh!
So you calling me fat or?
No, I'm saying the air displaces and moves me around.
Okay.
She is a hairspray addict, Eric says. LL. What kind of hairspray though? Like,
well, I'm pretty sure her hair does not stay in this position.
it does. This is just it. Could you imagine if people actually had their hair like that, just like fixed?
Oh, I do have my white paint pens, so I can give her the dead eye. I don't have to worry about highlights right now. If I just give her the dead eye.
Oh, because otherwise you would just kind of leave the space for the highlights.
Yeah, I would draw her highlight in.
Marie says, "I'm getting the name Philomena."
Philomena?
I could see that.
Well, it's...
Quick Chick says, "I love her beautiful flowy hair and purple shading."
Thanks. Now
She doesn't look totally dead inside, so that's good.
Let's just go with a very chartreusey bright green.
I hope you can see my reflection of the shadow of the camera right now.
And then we'll find like some kind of mid-tone. But not, well, it's a light mid-tone. Ooh, need a little sharpening on you, darling. Oh my god, we're gonna have so many pencil shavings in our bedding.
On your side.
That's fine.
You keep that over there.
Oh my god, we left the windows open last night. It was so cold.
It was like Arctic blast.
Like, normally we always leave the loft window open, but if I open the downstairs window, it pulls air up and, like, chills the whole house.
I'm sorry, we need a story time. Time out. Just stop what you're doing for a second.
I'm not gonna stop. I have to keep going.
Kimball woke up at like 3 in the morning last night laughing. Okay,
I woke myself up laughing. It was hilarious.
And I was like, "What's funny?" And he's like, "Oh, I just had this really funny dream." I'm like, "Okay, what's this?" I'm like so groggy. And he's like, "Go ahead and tell the dream. Tell the story."
So we were sitting at a McDonald's, but it was like an Italian restaurant. Don't know. It didn't even look like McDonald's. I don't know. And Rocky got this like pile of pasta and he's eating it. I had like a sandwich or something.
It's all building up like it's gonna be funny, whatever this is, right? Keep going.
So he's eating his pasta and he's like, "This is delicious. Lady," like he was like asking the waitress over. He's like, "What is this? This is so good." And she like smiles at him. She's like, "It's Kitka." And he's like, "What is it?" She's like, "It's Kitka." So Rocky's like, "What is that?" She's like, "It's kitty cat." He's like, "I'm eating a cat?" She's like, "Yeah, it's kitty cat." And then he's like, "What?" And I look down and I look at his pasta and there's like this cat's head that's been like fried and it's like sitting in his pasta. And I was grossed out. I freaked out. I woke up and I was like totally laughing.
Why is that funny? Why? And Kimball was like uncontrollably laughing, by the way. It wasn't just like a giggle. It was
can
like...
you imagine what your face looked like when you found out you were eating a cat?
I would have been terrified. I would have woken up with sweat.
Yeah, cat pot. Well,
it's because we were in London with Rachel and we saw this like chicken pot pie thing and it had an entire chicken head on it. That's why he had this dream. I know it.
I'm sure.
And we were talking about cats yesterday. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So is that funny? I don't.
I mean, if it wouldn't have been funny if I was eating it.
Eric says people with green eyes are mysterious. Mine are blue-green. Jenna says, "Oh my God, what a crazy dream." The same thing with the click shape.
Yeah, it was very bizarre, but it was very funny. In a really disgusting
And I had already
way.
taken a bite. That's the really sad thing. Carrie thinks it's hilarious. Whatever.
It was hilarious.
I think Jenna and Clickshake Design is just like pinch poke, owe me a Coke situation going on. Jinx.
Oh my God,
Is that universal? Does everyone know the pinch poke, owe me a Coke thing?
Probably.
Marie says cat pasta is so 2025.
It's all the rage. Everyone's doing it.
I feel like you're going to need some merch like cat pasta shirts.
Oh my God, I totally could. That would be hilarious.
It's Kit Kat. I thought you said Kit Kat when you were telling me
That's what it sounded like she was saying in my dream. Like it sounded like she was saying it's Kit Kat. And I was like, that's not right.
Eric says, still not smoking. Yay! Good job, Eric. That is really difficult to give up, I'm sure.
Smoking's bad for you. So I've heard.
My mother, by the way, so my mom, if she's watching, my mother smoked forever. Like, a lot. And one day I was living in Portland and she came up to visit my sister and I in Seattle and she's like, I gave up smoking today. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I just gave it up today and I'm never going to do it again. She hasn't. She just decided one day that was it. Just out of nowhere. I was like, good. Anyway.
Gotta make the decision. You don't say I'm going to try and quit. You just say I'm going to quit.
If you put an intention to the universe and you just like make a promise to yourself, you can do anything. Or if you just, just do it anyway.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I don't mind it when I see my sketch lines show through. I'm just going over, what is this, Deco Peach? Yeah. A Deco Peach, kind of just trying to fill in some of the white, because there's still a lot of white on this face.
Joshy Boy says meow mix pasta.
Oh, gross.
And Maurice says Kit Kat pasta sounds interesting.
It does. It could be like a little dessert pasta.
Clickchick says, I haven't heard that one before. And then Carrie Snigilia put some kind of, put a message in and then retracted it.
Uh-oh.
So now all I want to know is what was the message? Anyway. Maurice says, Rocky, you have a unique family. Maurice, you don't even know.
You have no idea.
Eric says, same here, just now hunting for bad boys. There you go. And then Carrie says, it was Persta.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God. Jenna says, wow, some lucky people can just go cold turkey like that. I'm sure most people can't. My brother-in-law has been trying to quit for years.
It's gotta be really difficult. You know what was weird? I got rid of my drawing table. Is anybody sad about that? Like I am? I'm kind of sad about it, but like, it needed to happen.
I was at the boot sale, and I was using it. Sorry, I have to move. I'm just in pain. I was at the boot sale trying to get rid of things, and I had the table, Kimball's art table was set up with a bunch of stuff on it, and the people came by and were like, oh, is the table for sale? And I was like, yeah, it's yours. And they're like, no, but how much? I was like, it's yours.
It's yours.
And I just like looked at them all crazy. They're like, but how much is it? I was like, it's yours. Just take it. And then, anyway. And by the end, they were just like, okay. And then like slowly disassembled it, and I helped them or whatever. I was like, bye. And they just didn't know what to think anyway.
No one knows what to think when you're around.
There was also 2 full bins just full of free stuff. And some guy was like, how much is this stuff? I was like, it's all free. You can take all of it. Just take it all. And he like slowly picked it up and walked away while looking at me. And then the lady who was selling next to me just looked over and she's like, wow, he got a good deal.
Yeah, a king size comforter.
No, someone bought that one.
All right. Oh, maybe I'll do a little lippy on her. Clean that up because it got a little messy.
Cheryl says, I don't mind my sketch lines. Others may not like them. LOL.
I like them. I like to see how it all came together.
I like sketch lines and I cannot lie. Some other artists can't deny. Anyway, I'm sure there's a whole song there. Tian says, I quit recently too. Oh my gosh, good job, Tian. This is where you're at, Tian. Good job.
Look at you.
Good job.
Can anyone else hear the echo in here when Rocky talks really loudly? No, I was just wondering. I'm not saying. I'm not
Eric
trying to
says,
make a point.
thinking both moms must be crazy fun looking at the sons.
Yeah, probably. I would think so.
They're both very fun.
Yeah. They're both incredibly different, though.
I think they're both very unique people. Cheryl says, I could not sit cross-legged on the bed to draw anymore. Not if I want to walk later.
Well, yeah. I'm getting there.
How's your back doing?
How's my back?
Yeah.
Much better than it has been.
Like sleeping on the bed over here has been fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, the eyes are awesome. Let's get a look at the eyes real quick. Sorry. You don't need to do art.
Okay.
It looks really pretty. I like the texture.
Yeah, I'm glad you do a pencil texture. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Click Chick is off. Gotta get some sleep. Have a wonderful trip. Look forward to seeing more of you from Bangkok.
Well, get some rest, and I can't wait for you to come visit us again later, darling.
Maurice says, now I see a hint of that actress from Penny Dreadful. Eva Green.
Oh, yeah.
Who is Eva Green?
I think she played the, house lady on, oh my god, I read the books, watched the movie, Penny's house and something.
Exactly.
Had the kids had, the special powers, and she...
A Series of Unfortunate Events?
No,
or Miss Peligan?
Yes,
something?
Yeah, that one. Oh my god, it's been years, so...
Joshy says, luscious lips, and then PB says, where did the movers park their truck? That is the question.
We had to get a parking permit for them so they could park on the street.
Miss Peregrine.
Miss Perry, yes.
That's from Maurice.
Thank you very much.
Maurice.
That's why he's my Maurice.
Yeah, they had to park on the sidewalk, so they didn't block the road, because the road coming up to our place is like a one-way, very narrow, and yeah, so they parked there, and then I didn't tell you guys this, sorry.
It started off with just 3 guys thinking they could do it all.
So we got a quote, a guy came in and did a big quote for us, and he quoted us at, 500 cubic feet or something. I don't
Meters, whatever
something.
It was
and
a big space. And I was
they
like,
called us halfway through the moving, while they're moving, and they're like, oh, they're over a bit, so we just need you to pay the extra before we can load those items up or whatever.
They're like, if you want the rest of your things shipped.
They're like, do you want the rest of your things shipped? I was like, no, let's just throw them out.
I don't know,
Extra
this is like
1,000 pounds.
Scammy.
1,000.
It was like little scammy blackmail vibes. Not blackmail, but
I was like, how did they so underrate the size? We did a full walkthrough with this guy. He took pictures of everything.
There was video, so he could go over and over it.
So anyway, it was one of those, I was upset for 5 seconds, and I was like, you know what?
I
I absolutely can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So we just paid it, and then 10 guys were there, and they brought extra vans. Because there was no way it was all fitting in this van they brought.
I know, they sent us, they're like, oh, we're going to use this truck. It'll be great. I looked at the truck online. I'm like, y'all, you did not realize how much crap we are Americans. Okay, but this one right here likes to collect some things.
It's got a problem.
Yeah. Okay. But we had a huge house.
But we downsized so much, so I was so confused on how.
Whatever. They showed us the picture of the van, and I'm like, what it was like, if you're in the US, it's probably it was the small U-Haul truck.
Yeah. It was a big box van. But basically, if they would have just quoted me the 5,000, I probably would have been like, okay, whatever. But the fact that I had to pay it as if you want your things, I was like, okay, well, I don't really know what else to do.
Yeah.
Random. Anyway. It was, other than that, it's been a great company. We had a few, I looked up many quotes along the way, and this was definitely the best rated affordable company. There were some cheaper ones, but they had really bad reviews, and I was like, I don't want my things going missing or any shady business.
Right.
So we went with this one, and it's been fine. They were very professional and
other than that,
courteous of the space. The space wasn't damaged too much when they left, and they digitally marked everything, so it's all easy for us to follow where it's at and where it's going, and they'll help keep it there when we get there, stuff like that. So this is boring.
Oh yeah, how are they?
Let's get back to
Kimball. Are they going to hold it for us at all?
Yeah, they can.
Did they say how long, or
we can just pay them to hold it longer?
Okay, of course we can just pay them. Anyway, I did some ready orange outlines. Now I'm just going over with a little bit.
Maurice is like, did you just say y'all?
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Jenna says, "What? That is just wrong. Demanding more money on the spot. Not cool."
Yeah, and then threatening to just not pack the rest of your stuff. And they showed up with they showed up with that truck, and then they showed up with 2 vans, I think, is what they had, and then I think there were 3 and 4 guys in each van, because then it ended up being 10 total here in our house. I was like, what is happening? And only one of them was like super hot. Well, we'll say hot.
He was fine. And then,
but the rest were like cute.
Water World says, "I've had movers steal things from our moves, and it was after we gave them a lot of free stuff. So stressful. I hope you have a good experience."
Me too. I think this is the 3rd time we've had to hire movers.
All the guys that we worked with were really professional and like really down to earth, and they felt very genuine to me. And I think we're good judges of character, so I'm hopeful. And also the woman I'm working with is like very responsive and professional.
Yeah, well, I mean, they labeled and numbered everything, and I mean, even if 1 or 2 of the guys might be shady, the rest didn't seem like it. So I'm sure hopefully they're all watching each other. And
yeah, and like the guy I think it was just the guy who did our initial like phone quote just didn't know how to program it in properly, and so I think it was just much more than what he had quoted. That's all.
Yeah.
Carrie's Law, was it mafia movers?
So you want the rest of your stuff, huh?
I would just think that if you're a moving company and like you're gonna run into this probably a lot where you have to pay more, I would just let people know up front, like during that initial call, like, hey, if we underrate the thing on the moving day, you'll have to pay the extra.
Right.
Or just like charge people more and then give them the money back. If
That's
it's
what
not
I would
over.
rather.
That's what I would do if I didn't want people being upset. But I mean, what do I know, right? Like,
what do you know, sweetie?
I'm not opening a moving company, so I really shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, they're doing a lot more than just packing our stuff. They have to do the customs, and they have guys on the other end that are doing things. So, I am appreciative. It was just, I didn't like the way it was handled, I guess, by whoever happened to be on the phone at the time. Because maybe it's not always like that.
But the guys did a really good job. I ended up giving them like a good amount of money to go have a drink after work. So I'm hoping they all distributed that money. Let's see. Marie says, more importantly, were they good looking? I thought they were cute, some of them.
Some of them, yeah. I mean, they were all pretty cute, but when I have a type.
Marie says, did you give them some lemonade in a silk morning coat?
Oh my god, no. It was more like, hurry up and pack our crap and get out.
I kept offering that because it's really weird for Kimball and I to sit and watch other people do work.
I hate it.
Because we're so used to like doing everything. So I kept asking if we could help, and they're like, no.
But then they like called in reinforcements anyway, so they could have used our help. I'm keeping her shading in the hair really simple because I cannot be bothered to get all into this.
He just can't. He just can't.
I'm just laying out where the darks and lights are going to be, and then, maybe 5 years from now, I'll open this up and be like, oh, let's really go to town on her hair. It'll be wonderful.
How was your last trip into London, by the way?
Our last trip.
By the way, Kimball has never... Sorry, let's spin that. Spin it.
Turn around.
My phone is like super... Well, I can't spin it. Kimball...
Oh.
What is happening?
Did you just disconnect?
I don't know. It's like doing some craziness right
now.
Stop
hitting buttons.
So sorry, y'all.
Stop. Did you hit it 5 times and just kept flipping around? That's something you do a lot of.
It's just glitching. Anyway, so Kimball has never ridden the underground in the 2.5 years we've been here.
Kind of wish I could have gone the whole time without doing it.
So we went. I equate it to riding a wooden roller coaster compared to other trains I've been on.
I mean, I feel like they're all different. I feel like there are some that are more like the New York subway, because the one that we were on felt like a little wooden trolley going high speed underground, and it was very loud and screechy.
It felt as though it was about to fall apart in any second.
Yeah,
like the way the sounds, the way it was jostling. I was like, please get me off of this thing.
But that's not the reason I don't like public transport, is because I don't like getting sick, and I feel like there are always sick people, and you're trapped in this little room. And it's like...
There are always sick people, and they're always standing right next to Kimball. Like, they're always just, like, right next...
They were there. There were a couple of them. I had to keep moving. It's fine.
Anyway, so we did that. It was fun. I'm really glad we got to do it. I loved how cute and small the trains were. Like, it felt as though, even if there was an accident, where are you going to go? Because you're just in a tiny compartment. And then we just hung out and went through the parks and stuff and hung out with Rachel and
Yeah, and there was like a game that day apparently, so everyone was getting off the trains and groups of guys just hoopering and hollering, screaming and doing their little chants.
I thought it was so charming. Everyone's like, ah, some guy in the back of the line would scream and then they'd all start singing. Kimball was like, this is not my vibe, but
No, and
I'm
see,
happy for them.
But it brought up the conversation of like people are always like, introverts need to get out more and be more involved in society, whatever. And I'm like, can the extroverts just calm down a little bit? We don't all have to party constantly.
Why does that have to be on the introverts all the time?
But no, it didn't like make me angry or anything. I was just kind of like, okay, like, yay, whatever.
Oh, Kimball, Claire, many hobbies, just says, have a bit of retail therapy to alleviate stress from the move and gave you 50 Canadian dollars. Wait, I gotta heart it. Can I heart it?
I don't know. You push
Claire.
the buttons. Thank you very, very much.
Marie says, "Oh my God,
no,
cry!
I don't
Come on,
want to cry.
come on."
No.
Maurice wants you to cry. Kimball, tears.
Mm-mm.
Come on.
No.
Claire,
Oh,
thank you so much for that and for supporting Kimball. Our
And
Kimmy.
I will most definitely put that to some retail therapy. Pop Mart, here I come.
Oh my God, please, no more Pop Mart. Let's just spend it on food.
I need a little Pop Mart at our place. If I packed one, I can use that.
Wait, time out. Best friends called me on WhatsApp from Aylesbury. I mentioned that you guys are moving to Thailand, and they commented for the last year they spent watching most weekends for your adventure. What?
Wait, who? Huh?
They also said they've seen more of the area after you visited. What? So, am I understanding this correctly, Alan, in Florida? You have friends in Aylesbury that watch the channel and have now explored more of the area because they watch our channel. Is that correct?
Is this what's
Blink
happening?
twice.
Oh my God.
God, I'm trying to hold this camera. Sorry.
Well, I'm trying to get this done so you don't have to sit there and hold the pose for too long.
Marie says the money goes towards the kimono. By the way, Kimball was laying in this bed yesterday, and it'll be in a future vlog, but he was covered up with 2 different blankets, and it looked like he was wearing a kimono just laying down.
Well, I am very fancy.
Alan says, that's it. That's so sweet, Alan. Thank you for letting me know that. That's so fun. I wish that we could meet them.
There's still time. What are we doing tomorrow besides returning the car and moving a bunch of furniture?
And editing a YouTube video? I don't know.
Oh, sure. Make it about you. What was I going to do?
It's our career now, Kimball.
Oh, earrings. It's the kind of time I could really use a circle thingy. That's okay. She's been partying, bumped into a couple people. Her hoops have gotten a little bent here and there.
Marie says, Silk Kimono Kimball stream soon.
Oh. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Now, Jean Grey doesn't have piercings, but... That's
Claire,
fine.
I can't believe you gave that much money. Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
I'm very excited to put it towards
And also,
fantastic
Jenna has been
use.
giving so much. Jenna, thank you so much as well. I've noticed you've just been so supportive as well, and all of you guys for just watching every week. I keep seeing Kimball's numbers go up and his subscriber count increasing, and just wow, it just blows us away. Honestly, we're so happy and grateful. I hope that the love that we have for you guys is properly conveyed genuinely, and I hope that you know that we're so appreciative.
Because we are.
We work hard for our money. Like, all of us work really hard for our money, and Kimball and I will absolutely never take that for granted. So I think that's why it hits us so much. Especially when we're on a live stream, and it's like you're with the people that are helping you directly. It's very, very amazing. Anyway.
Yeah, so here's the dilemma.
Okay.
So Jean's powers are usually a vibrant pink. But
Are they?
But it clashes with her, like, orange hair.
God, why didn't she think about that
So-
before she had orange hair, Kimball?
I'm gonna go pretty...
Why don't you just do, like, more of the purpley pink so it matches her skin tone?
Well, no, because I don't want to make sure her skin's flying off or something. I was gonna just do a simple outline. But I'm gonna do it with this color. Because it's... Whoa.
Eric says, yeah, we love sexy Kimball. Don't be jealous, Rocky. Oh my God, I would never be jealous. Anytime anyone says anything about Kimball, I'm like, yeah, he is.
And I'm like, I can't be jealous of somebody having the same taste as me.
Jenna says, you are so welcome. Just want to spread the love.
Oh, thank you. Very kind.
Kimball's like so good at accepting things, aren't you, Kimball?
I'm the best.
So good.
I handle it well. I'm adding, you know, I'll just add whatever colors I want. How about we do that? We'll do this because then it makes it a little bit of a limey, fun color.
Did everyone take their seasick pills for this live stream, by the way? I feel like we're going to need it. There's just a lot of movement happening. Give a thumbs up if you took your seasick pills. Or your Prozac. Either way.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep the pink down low. I don't actually remember what her powers look like.
She's got the power. Mind the pink magic, dear.
All right.
I love how I can see the little guy poking through the white page over here. Just
well, it's because
he's
it's
walking towards
super
her.
thin, quality IKEA. I think it was like £1 or...
It's good for colored pencils, though, right?
I mean, it works fine. It gets the job done. I'm just going to scroll
Bill
up.
says, oh, good, I didn't miss the stream. Totally.
Not totally. Just like 90% of it.
Joshy says, I took all the pills. Where were we at? Jonathan Adler, right? Is that the place we went? They have, I think they're, one of their stores outside of the U.S. is here in Chelsea. So we went in and they have these giant Prozac pills of like glass and metal and stuff like that. I really hope they're not suppositories. But yeah, they're just huge. And they had so many cool things there. I've never seen his full range of stuff, but it was really interesting, but very, very expensive.
We ran into Pedro Pascal, and that was fun.
We didn't even mention that. So we went to a Korean restaurant because I was like, we need dolsot bibimbap, and Rachel never had it before. Sorry. And so we went, and Pedro Pascal was just like exiting the restaurant, and I was like, he's so cute. Anyway.
Literally bumped into him. It was great.
And then Rachel was like just oblivious, and I was like, Rachel, you literally just had Pedro Pascal walk by you. She's like, who's that? And I was all, what? Where have you been?
It's fine. And then he just went next door to the theater. I don't know what he was going to see, but...
It's funny, though, because whenever I see celebrities, I'm always just like, oh, they're cute.
Yeah, I didn't want to bother him. I mean, a part of me wanted to like, oh my god, I want to take a picture with you! And a part's like, he's busy.
I really wanted to be like, I'm vlogging, come be on my vlog!
Oh my god, can you imagine? That would have been amazing.
I would never do that.
Can you imagine how many people would watch that? Kataraki missed opportunity.
I'm not going to do... I would never do that to someone. I'm not going to exploit people for...
Yeah, I wouldn't either. How awkward. Like...
Claire says, spending money on stuff like this is pretty much my favorite way to relieve stress.
Oh. I am glad to be a part of your stress relief plan.
Carrie says, nope, forgot.
Oh, I thought that was thunder. No.
Marie says, Pedro is better than sliced bread.
I do like sliced bread, though.
Cheryl says, you bump into better people than me. I once literally bumped into Regis Philbin.
Well, I sat down next to Hugh Grant and didn't even realize it. That was fun. He was nice. For him, he just kept to himself. Nobody bugged him.
Jenna says, I love him in The Last of Us. So cute.
Still haven't seen it, but I know pretty much the story about it.
Timothy's here. He says, I love Jonathan Adler's hashish candle. Did we see that one? The hashish candle, Kimball.
I don't know.
Hashish
candle.
Trisha says, I had to look Pedro Pascal up. I've never watched Game of Thrones. Have you seen Mandalorian? I don't think that's your vibe.
Have you seen Wonder Woman 1984?
Not my favorite movie with them.
No, I hate that movie.
Claire says, well, I said on stuff like, but same thing. Stuff I like.
Oh, yeah.
But same thing.
Oh, thank you.
Alan in Florida says, I just called those friends again, and they said they were visiting Berkhamsted today. They did that drive after you went there. They had no idea about the place before you went there. Oh,
I liked Berkhamsted.
Berkhamsted was really cool. It had like a really cool antiques market and a flea market that they do, I think, every last Sunday or first Sunday.
Yeah, a lot of weird random days.
Yeah, so cute. I'm so glad they went, though. That's such a fun place to visit.
I recommend Hitchin as well.
But that's literally the whole point of us doing the Rocky and Kimball. Not the whole point, but one of the points is to like get people inspired to go travel more and see more things. So I'm so delighted to hear that, and I really appreciate you telling me that. And if you talk to them again, let them know that we send our love and we're so grateful that they're getting to explore more of the area because of us. Or inspired by us, whatever, not because of us. Eric says, the boys are my weekly warm hug.
Aww.
Tricia says, no, no, and no about any of the movies with Pedro.
Oh.
But have you had dolsot bibimbap, Tricia?
Oh my god, so good. I feel like I need to get a needlework, like a brownish color, just to not outline them, but kind of just emphasize the shadowy
The
side.
funny thing is about this entire live stream is like the background is so much more appealing to look at because it's like pretty fabrics and your colored pencils versus your like dirty desk with the old desk mat.
Well, gonna have to find a new desk now.
Timothy says, I have dressed and undressed so many celebs you wouldn't believe it. Like with your eyes or like in like physical reality?
Like as a job or like...
Are you a wardrobe stylist, Timothy?
That would be fun.
Trisha says, no. And then Carrie S says, went to the movies on Friday night and came out to a red carpet event and a Bollywood star arrived. So many people and girls screaming. How fun. I bet it was very colorful. Marie says, celebrating the start of my holiday with a glass of Pinot Grigio blush.
I love that for you.
He loves it for you and hates it for him.
That is true. I think I'm done.
Oh my, Kimball, it's only been 55 minutes and 14 seconds. 15,
Wow.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we'll stop there.
Just layering a little orange.
24,
Oh my gosh.
25, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Just layering a little orange to brighten up the hair a little bit.
Thank you guys so much for joining. If you did join, give Kimball a thumbs up. Our boy Kimmy.
Oh, thank you.
He's so cute.
You should see me when I'm stressed.
Alan says, hate to tell you, but you two would have made great tour guides of us, curious about our life beyond London.
Oh.
Timothy was in wardrobe, film, and Broadway. Oh, that's fun.
Ooh, that is fun.
I bet you have a lot of interesting behind-the-scenes stories. A lot of intense emotions backstage. Jenna says, I met Jimmy Buffett in the 90s at the charter airline I worked for. He was so nice.
Oh, that's lovely. I love it when, like, an actor's reputation, like, is accurate. Like, everyone at the restaurant was like, oh my god, he was such a nice guy. He gave such a big tip. He was, like, nice. Blah,
Pedro
blah,
gave
blah.
like an $89 tip or something. It was like a crazy tip. Anyway, just want everyone to know how awesome he is.
Yeah, it was nice.
Trisha says, what about the white paint pen? Did I miss it?
Well, she has highlights in her eyes, so yeah.
What kind of white paint pen is it? Is it because we were talking about it being expired? Maybe that's
Well,
it.
you know how we always pull out the paint pen right at the end?
Yeah.
I think that's what she's talking about.
Marie says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 thumbs ups.
Oh, thanks.
Jenna says, no, don't end yet. I'm having too much fun hanging out.
I mean, I'm just done drawing. We could do a house tour. We could... That's really all we got. We've got nothing else.
Kimball says, strong heart.
Kimball says...
Where is she going to go? Do you have a fridge? We do have a fridge. We still have
do.
any magnets left.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Eric says the last time he went to the movies was at 12 years old in 1982, a.k.a. the year I was born.
Yeah.
What movie was it? I want to know.
What was the last movie I went and saw? Maybe in Avengers Endgame?
Carrie says she's gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Timothy says his memoir is going to be titled I Slept with Brad Pitt. Brilliant. Marie says she is a glammed up Gem from Gem and the Holograms.
Jen, well, her hair's not pink enough for that, but it could be.
Do you guys, when Kimball's done with this, just send a comment with like a hands up or something if you want us to give you a little house tour of the empty house before we wrap up the live once he's done. If we get more than 10 of those, we will do it.
Well, you're really putting the pressure on.
I just only want to do it if people are interested.
Yeah.
E.T. was the movie.
Ooh.
Phone home, Eric.
He just couldn't stand Drew Barrymore and it was all over from after that.
Okay, we got one hand up from Jenna.
She
Let's see if we'll get 10. One from Alan. Same hand. That's 2.
And it's exciting that 17's new album came out today.
Maurice, you don't get to put 10 up at once, okay?
And so there's 13 members in the band. So they did 3 songs.
Just
with
three more thumbs up. Sorry,
they did 3 songs with every band member singing, and then all the other songs are solos that they each did of their own song. So that is going to be a treat to listen to later.
I can't wait. We should do that after this.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, we got 10, 11, 12. Okay, we have to do a house tour now. Oh my god, Eric just put all the thumbs ups. Like, it's not an unusual position. My knees are like so in pain right now. Oh my god.
It's not unusual to be alone. Okay. Let me plop that there. We're not going to take the mic with us, though, and the laptop, are we?
We don't need any of that. This is
All
gross.
right.
I'm just going to carry the microphone behind.
Boom.
Kimball.
There she is.
Oh, wait, hold it up. Hold it up.
Wait, let me
see.
just take a picture.
Oh my god, Kimball has to do his socials while we're here.
That's who I
Look
am.
at the master at work.
Get the angle, sweetie.
Kimball, can you do me a favor?
No, you changed my phone. How do I change it back to...
Oh my god, Grandpa.
Wait, no. There you go. See how quiet I was so you didn't have to, Get all this off of my screen, Rocky. Get all that off. I don't want those there. Thank you. This isn't my original phone.
Kimball, you're not even like 50 or 60. You know technology.
Well, this isn't
I'm not saying, by the way, that people older than 50 and 60 don't know technology. I'm just saying there's a stipulation.
I don't know. That's what I heard coming out of your mouth.
Don't worry, we're
all
getting
right.
there.
Cutting board was great for the hard surface.
We only kept 2 cutting boards to use as our plates and multi-surface for whatever life brings our way.
Put this little sack of pencil shavings away.
Okay, Kimball, I'm just gonna pick this mic up and
fun
I'm just gonna follow you around.
All right, so those go back in the suitcase.
Let's go, buddy.
Oh, I feel like I'm doing everything. First place.
All right, give us the rundown. Wait, time out.
You know what? Why don't we start with Kimball's Corner, the old art space.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's just give an overview of the bedroom. This is what we're living in right now. Hopefully, there's no sensitive information anywhere. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, we're fine. This is where it all happened.
Happened. ED.
This is where it was. I would sit right here. We would chat. All my art shelves, supplies, stuff was here.
Well, those days are gone, aren't they? Gone.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And yeah, so that's
Hey,
it.
look, we can look out the windows now.
This is the view from our space. By the time you guys are able to stalk us, we'll be gone.
Watch,
Just kidding.
There's like someone around the corner.
I'm sure people who want to know where we live know where we live.
Yeah. All right, so there's that room. Are we going upstairs?
Yeah, let's go. I'm sure everyone's already seen it, but why not?
Don't trip.
I need to put up my little back thing. There we go.
So echoey.
Let's see that butt, Kimball. Okay, great. Hopefully the signal isn't cutting out. Sorry.
Yeah, we're very far away from the Wi-Fi. Here's the upstairs, completely empty. Remember when we did our decluttering video up here? We really decluttered. Everything is gone.
It's on the way to Thailand. This is the view from our house. Go ahead and lift the window up for me real quick. So they have this building where we live that's way over there. And it's like the tallest, ugliest building in the entire valley. It's like this brutalist style building. Anyway, I just had to complain about it. But it's such a beautiful view. We always have such pretty sunsets over here-ish.
And sunrises over there-ish.
Yeah. Okay, after you, Kimball.
You
You guys, these stairs, by the way, can we just on the double stairs?
It's to keep the witches from coming up and getting you.
If I was a kid, I would feel like a tree house or something.
Just watch.
Don't trip on the mic cord.
Yeah, don't. Not for Thailand.
Okay.
All right. So now we're in. There's the bedroom.
Got it.
There's the bathroom.
There we go. I
It's
mean,
a bathroom.
I'm sure it's fine. We get the idea. Okay, moving on.
So that's it for upstairs,
Jenna's all murder stairs.
basically. And here's the downstairs.
I'm trying to read comments, but it's hard.
There's the front door.
Moon over England. Front door. There it is.
There's an empty bathroom with a washing machine.
When we packed and moved, we shoved all the stuff we didn't want them sending to Thailand in here, and then we shut the door.
It was all the stuff that was for the car boot selling, our neighbor, and all that stuff.
Our
kitchen is a mess.
You know.
But like all the food, they wouldn't take any food. I thought they would at least take the spices, but no.
Who doesn't have a belt and sunscreen on their counter?
No.
And yeah, we just have some food we need to give to our neighbor. This is the best instant coffee I've ever had.
The cupboards are bare and it's weird.
Like our hearts.
Yeah, well, not really.
And then down here we have a Posturepedic or like adjustable bed base that we're giving to our neighbor. Thank God.
Yes, we're glad he likes.
So glad he's going to take it because it doesn't fit into my car, and also my car is full, so I couldn't do it anyway. So we would have had to pay a junk company to come take it away.
He's like, I really want it for myself, but I could give it to my mom.
We'll see what he does. Is he a good son or not? I don't know. He doesn't have a queen size bed though, so I don't think he's gonna put like a twin on there.
Right,
just,
and
like,
she's renting one from NHS, and they want it back, so
give it to mom.
yeah.
Okay, what else?
That's it. That's our whole house.
So where should we end it? What do we do?
Let's end it all right.
How does this happen?
Probably back upstairs where it's
Okay.
cute and they can remember us with a pretty little blanket. Oh my God. Work it, work it, work it, work it. Oh, room's a mess. For how much stuff we don't have, it's still a pigsty. You're still a stud.
I'm hoping they can't hear me holding this because it's sometimes like. Marie says we need emo music for this epic moment. Well, them cheeks, Kimball from Jenna.
You're welcome.
Oh
my God, are we starting the OnlyFans now or
on your channel? I don't think so. Janice. Oh no, that was the same one. It just popped up. Anyway, fun. Good job, Kimball.
Super, oh my God, thank
Here,
you.
No,
you
just
did
don't
great.
move your hand around on it too much, or it'll make sounds.
Hey everybody, let's get in here for a little ASMR action. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're gonna relax, listen to some 17. Saw how close Rocky got to my face on the laptop over there. I'm sorry about that. And we will.
PB says wasn't paying attention. Can you do it again? Lies.
But we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to go live next week. I really don't know how things are gonna go.
Marie says, did we open the toy drawer? No, because it's already packed and on the way to Thailand, and hopefully they don't open the toy drawer. Tian says safe travels, and Jenna says hey, love y'all, safe travels, see you in Thailand. I cannot believe the next time we see you guys on this channel will be in Thailand. I still don't feel like we're moving, if I'm being completely honest.
2 days.
Even sitting in an empty place, I'm like, when is it gonna feel real?
When we're on the plane, probably.
Oh, anyway.
All right.
Safe travels. Next live coming from Bangkok.
So true and so weird.
Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and we are sending from the recesses of our hearts back to you our deepest gratitude and our love for you guys as well.
Yeah.
That's the end. Wasn't that that was a really good ending?
Thanks for hanging out.
I really like that one. It was like, I gotta turn this off now.
We'll see you in the new Kimball's corner.
Okay.
Temporary corner.
I can't wait to see what the finished Kimball corner in Thailand is gonna be.
It's gonna be a couple months, but we'll see.
All right, lots of love.